Voice in here, a little bit of sound, and then a little bit of Beastly, and we are
What's
live.
happening?
What's going on? I think it's episode 108. That's what Beastly tells me.
108?
Beastly, I wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day today.
You want to wish me? Why are you wishing me a happy Mother's Day?
Because you're a bad
Shut your
motherfucker.
mouth, man. What's wrong with you? They're preschool toys.
How you doing today, man? Happy Mother's Day. I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you're treating your mother and your wife very well.
Very, very much so, man. It's a great day for all the mothers of the world, and you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your mom. So wish her a happy Mother's Day.
That's right.
From all of us here at the Beastly Thought Show. It's a good week, man. I'm going to go see Captain America: Civil War tonight.
I just saw it today. I brought the kids today. It was awesome.
Oh God! As soon as I get,
dude, I think it's the best. It's one of the best Marvel movies ever made. I honestly think that.
Is it better than the second Captain America film?
Oh, I think it's way better.
Crap.
I think it's way better.
That was the best one for a long time. Wow.
You're talking about the Winter Soldier, right?
That was good.
Yeah, it's better than that. It's better than that. It's filled with awesome action scenes. The story has some weight to it. It feels like the decisions the characters are making actually have consequences, which is not normally the deal with Marvel movies, right? Is like you get to the end of the movie, nobody's died, nothing happened really, except for a bunch of civilians.
Yeah. The extras all died. Now let me ask you a question. I heard a lot of rumblings online that this is the best Spider-Man on film. Do you think that's possible?
Dude, he was funny. He acted like Spider-Man. I liked it. I dug it. There was a great interplay between Spider-Man and Iron Man that I really liked. You'll pick up on that and you'll like it. It was a really good Spider-Man. Sorry guys. I will fix the audio issue. It was just fun. Spider-Man and Ant-Man was in it, and they were just fun to watch.
I heard Black Panther was a pretty good character too. I can't wait to talk more about this next week because I'm thinking this might be the best movie of the year the way people are talking about it.
Yeah, Black Panther was ultra cool. He's got his own movie coming out too, and I'm really excited for that movie just based on his performance in this movie. You're a really interesting character. Somebody I didn't really know much about. I was aware of the character, but had never, I'm not a comic book guy, so he's never been in the movies
Come on, man.
before.
I'm a black guy. I know who Black Panther is, bro. Come on. I'm just fucking with you, man. I know the name. I know he's from like some place like Zamunda, like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, but that's not the same place.
I swear to God, they said the country he's from like 4 times, and I shit you not, I swear to God, they said it differently all 4 times.
It's like Rwanda, but I want to say Zamunda because that's the funny thing from Coming to America. But I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. I'm really excited. Gonna have a great time with the wife tonight and go out there and celebrate all the mothers who brought these wonderful and not so wonderful people into the world.
That's right. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm bringing that's why we're doing the show early. Is you brought it up, but I was right on board because hey, man, we got to have date night tonight. It's Mother's Day. We got to bring these fine ladies out. Make sure they have awesome nights. Make sure that we check our asses. Don't get ourselves in trouble.
Yeah. Well, if you don't do it right tonight, we're going to be celebrating singles night tomorrow.
Right.
So, I mean, we got to do this thing
There will be no Father's Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of trouble if you don't do this thing right. Now, you guys watching might notice we're a few hosts short this week. Robbie's got to do a little bit of on-site training for his new job, and we wish you all the success in the world, Robbie.
Very proud of Robbie this week. We're very happy
proud of Robbie.
He got a new job.
Big changes up there in Canada, and he might be gone again next week, but that should be the end of his training. He's got to train for a solid week, so wish Robbie all the luck in the world. Let him know in the comments that you guys are rooting for him, not to drop the soap on the job. Just do as good as you can, Robbie.
Wait, where's he working?
I thought he was working at some Canadian prison or something. I don't know. No, whatever he's doing, he didn't really elaborate to us exactly what the job entails. But all the success and love in the world to you, Robbie.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We look forward to having you back. But we got a special episode this week because it's just the two of us. We got 3 topics that we want to cover, and I'm actually really passionate about all 3 of these topics. So I'm looking forward to this episode, man.
I mean, God. For me, this is harking back to the way it used to be. The very second episode of Beastly Thoughts, we were together.
That's right.
And since then, we've been joined at the hip. It's just a very long hit from Georgia to Connecticut. But we've been here every single episode together, and it's meant a lot. So let's get back to the way it used to be. Fuck these other hosts, man. Just me and you, baby.
So we got 3 topics. The first one is the Overwatch beta. We've both played Overwatch. I think we're both pretty excited about it. The second topic is going to be Infinite Warfare, and then the third is connected to that. It's going to be COD 4. We're going to go over these one by one. I'm really passionate about each one of these. I want to start with Overwatch. You've played the beta. give me your first impression. Like, real quick first impression. What are you thinking?
All right, so the older you get, the less you're interested in learning all the intricacies of these games. You see a ton of characters and you've never played a game, you're like, oh God, it's so much for me to take in. And Kate was like, babe, there's like 100 different characters. They all do different stuff. I was like, oh no. I started playing it and I immediately fell in love with it. My first initial impression was, you can't aim down sights. What is this? But somehow it makes perfect sense. The gameplay is phenomenal. I love the characters. They all seem to be very rambunctious. I'm playing with Tracer because, in my mind, I wanted to see her turn around and do that ass pose, but she never did it. But
the one that was deleted from the internet?
Yeah, man. I mean, she seems like such a fun-loving character. The way that she, talks and her banter throughout the matches, that it seems like it would just be a part of her personality trait to do something like that. I've tried about 4 different characters. They are as different as night and day.
Yeah.
Nobody controls the same way. And so you really can kind of make this game your own.
They all really have like first-person controls, right? They're all like essentially a first-person controlled character. But they're so varied, and their strategies that you use are so varied. It reminds me of a fighting game.
Well,
right?
The thing is, everybody has different speed. Everybody has like different health points, like HP. Some of these big characters have like big mechs around them. It takes a long time to shoot them. Yeah. People like Tracer, who I'm really liking. I got to say, I'm digging this character. You can shoot her 2 or 3 times, she's dead, but she has this incredible ability to zip across the map.
Like, she's hard to shoot because she's so fast.
She can teleport, and she can basically do the same thing from Modern Warfare 3, where she, not Modern Warfare 3, but not Black Ops. The last Call of Duty, what's the name of it? The one that just came out.
Black Ops 3?
Yeah, Black Ops 3, where you could do the glitch and you kind of go back in time to where you were a few seconds before. She has that kind of ability, and I found that using that really gives me an advantage on the playing field. But there's also characters that turn into turrets. There's characters that like turn into big boulders of ice.
So there's 21 characters altogether, right? Mm-hmm. 21 characters. And to me, it really does feel like learning a new fighting game, right? It's like you jump into the new Street Fighter, and you'll know how to essentially use a character, right? There'll be a Ryu type character in any fighting game you get into. And you can kind of explore the gameplay from that Ryu type character. And this game has that. It's got Soldier 76, which just feels like a Space Marine type character, right? It's like he's got an auto rifle. He can heal himself. He can shoot rockets. And then his super ability is like super mega aimbot, right? Mm-hmm. Then you start to explore some of the other characters, and you can kind of really go out from there. There's one guy, I think his name is Junkrat or something like that, where he's just got a grenade launcher, and he's just firing these grenades. He can also throw a trap on the ground. If an enemy player gets caught in the trap, you can blow that motherfucker up. So he's got a long range attack, a short range attack, and then he's got this like wheel of death that's his super that you just shoot out. Yeah, and then like you said, there's a guy who turns into a turret, right? You just sit there and
nightmare.
He's badass. I played with him. I think I went on like a 20 kill streak one time. There's that Zen guy who just like floats around, like doing the Zen thing, and he'll just like throw balls at people, but he can also heal his whole team. He's a very powerful character, but you might not want to be on the front lines because he doesn't have a whole lot of health. I think it was Reinhardt is the big knight-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's cool. You got this big ass shield that you can basically protect your entire team with, and you just go rushing in. You got a ton of health, and then you got this like big hammer kind of thing that you can beat down guys who get too close. Every character feels very different. Every character that I've tried feels very different. However, there's also this rock paper scissors gameplay going on. So if you're Reinhardt and you got a character playing Genji who's a ninja, he can burn you down very, very quickly. So you got to be careful, right? Is just because you're this huge dude doesn't mean that there isn't a counter for that. And there's a counter for every type of character. I'm having a blast just with the character design alone. They somehow managed to. All the characters feel fresh and new, like I haven't seen them before. But they also feel intriguing and like interesting, right? I went and found the old gameplay or the old trailer videos for this game on YouTube. There's, I think, 3 or 4 of them, and they're fantastic. They're like Pixar quality, like 6-minute movies. Like, it's fantastic. This game wasn't on my radar. This reminds me of Destiny, man. Remember, Destiny was not on my radar, and then all of a sudden I played the beta, and I'm like down. I'm so down.
The funny thing for me is when you think of games like this and you think of games like Battleborn, it wasn't really on anyone's radar. There's a lot of people out there, gaming pundits, who are saying that they aren't really advertising these games properly. Nobody knows what they are. This seems like the evolution of what Destiny started. This seems like the evolution of what Evolve could have been. This type of gameplay where it's very varied on the battlefield, everyone has an Achilles heel. And depending on how you play, that Achilles heel could be another opponent coming to easily wipe you out. It's a new version of chess, if you ask me. And I know that you didn't like Battleborn nearly as much. I thought Battleborn was very intriguing too. To me, it's a much slower paced game. It doesn't seem to have nearly the varied abilities of this game because of the character models and whatnot and their abilities. But I had a great time playing that too. And to me, that felt like also the evolution of what Destiny is. And now, especially with this month, all these games being released, my wallet is done.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately for me, I didn't really get a chance to play much of it today. Today was my first time actually playing Overwatch. I went to a funeral yesterday. I kind of mentioned last week that one of my best friends, lifelong friends, was sick. He passed away Wednesday. So it's been one of those weeks.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
So, oh man, life goes on. He wouldn't want me to sit here and be sad about it. He'd want me to say, life goes on. That's the kind of energy this guy has.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to honor his spirit by continuing on to smile and be happy. But now that I'm finally getting back into the gaming, God, Overwatch just really caught me off guard. I did not expect
I love the way it looks. I love the frame rate is silky smooth. Yeah. It runs at 60 frames per second, and it looks marvelous. It's 1080p on the PS4 and on the Xbox One, and runs at 60 frames per second. I never see it hiccup. Like, I never see it hiccup. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I guess they have some kind of technology in there that it will actually lower the resolution dynamically.
Dynamic, okay, wow.
If it starts having problems keeping that frame rate going, but I've never seen it happen. So I don't know. Maybe I got to get closer into a fight or something big ass.
I've been in some crazy stuff. I've probably played 7 or 8 games. Like I said, today was my first time actually playing it.
Yeah.
And I've been like in some crazy situations where pretty much both teams were all there together.
Yeah.
You got missiles flying, you got projectiles and particle effects and all this stuff going on. I didn't notice a hiccup at all. And the funny thing is, Battleborn, I think that game I don't know if it runs at 60. I'm pretty sure it's 30.
No, it's 30 on a good day.
Yeah. It's a much slower game, but even on Battleborn, I noticed some hiccups. So
I actually wanted to see if Digital Foundries, because Battleborn is out now. Overwatch doesn't come out till the 28th. It's in the beta now, but it's going to go away and then come back out on the 28th. Battleborn, I swear to God, I'd be surprised if that thing ran at 30 frames per second. That thing looks
very slow.
It was just chunky. And like, if you look at it graphically, the funny thing is, if you look at Overwatch and Battleborn graphically,
Overwatch looks much better. Wow.
I don't think they look that different, right? They both kind of have that cel-shaded look to them. They're vibrant colors. I don't understand what's going on with Battleborn that it can't be running at 60 frames per second.
Well, see, the thing is, I was looking at them both today, and when you look at the actual character models and the level design, Overwatch looks just infinitely better. The characters, the way the world looks, the frame rate, it just seems head and shoulders above what Battleborn was. Maybe when you get a little bit of time, you can actually look at the two. Battleborn has more of a cel-shaded look. Overwatch looks a little bit more realistic, like you said, that Pixar look.
Yeah, like a Pixar kind of thing.
Yeah, they're kind of shiny and pristine in Overwatch, and the fact that the game actually runs that much better and to me looks that much better says a lot about the development. Man, they really went off and went all out and pulled out all the stops to make this game look phenomenal. And these kind of games are new to console gamers. This is something new.
Yeah, I mean,
this is something we've never.
This is very
really
much a Team Fortress type of archetype, right? The difference being you're not playing a class, you're playing a character who belongs to a class, which I find to be very interesting and frankly more enjoyable because there's so many characters and they could always add more in DLC that you can just keep like playing this game and learning it. I don't know if it's ever going to become for me like a main game, right? I don't know if it's ever going to be like the game I'm playing, for a month straight. Although when it first comes out, that might happen. But I can see myself just kind of continually returning to this game over and over again because it's got a really high fun factor. When I get in there, even if I'm losing, I'm having a good time, man. The controls feel good. I don't know if you got a chance to go into the settings for this game.
No, I haven't.
For for a console game, it's got unrivaled amount of customization you can do. You can change the button mapping for each character separately and save that for each character. So like if you want to be able to click in the right button to do a melee on one character, but you want it to shoot rockets on a different character, you can save that independently. You can change the horizontal speed and the
Vertical.
the vertical and horizontal speed separately of your aiming, so you can really customize how fast it aims. And basically, what I try to do is just kind of,
especially the ability to change or customize your control layout.
Wow.
This sounds like they're really aiming towards giving console gamers a real PC experience.
It does. It feels very much like a PC. The amount of adjustment you'd get on a PC. I don't know if there's a slider for your field of view. Well, I think they nailed this game. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm buying the Legendary Edition or the super awesome edition because I want that fucking art book. I want the art book in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't know about all these extra features, especially the ability to change or customize your control layout. Wow. This sounds like they're really aiming towards giving console gamers a real PC experience.
It does. It feels very much like a PC. The amount of adjustment you'd get on a PC. I don't know if there's a slider for your field of view. I know there is on PC. I don't know if there is on console. But you cannot complain. 60 frames per second at 1080p. You can't complain there.
One thing that I really found intriguing is even in the middle of a match, if you die and you're just not doing well, you can change characters on the fly.
Love that.
That's awesome. I wish more games had that feature. You might be failing because of, there might be a particular class going against you that your character just can't beat. Yeah. You can just swap it out right there on the fly after you die, and right when you respawn, you respawn as a new character. To me, that adds so much more fun and much more of a mental strategy to the game because, hey, look, you might be going against somebody who really is the Achilles heel to the character that you're good at. Right. But you can go back and pick their Achilles heel and come back and fuck them up.
Yeah. I think it's really awesome. Sometimes some of the maps have like this long kind of like escort mission feel to them where you're trying to just move this like train or whatever through the level. And the map actually changes as you move through. So you might be in a wide open area at the beginning and want like a sniper or long range character, but by the end you want somebody who's much more better at close range. So like you can change it up as you play your strategy as a team too. If you play this with a team, I think you're going to have much more success than if you just go in here solo, because you're going to want a healer, you're going to want a tank, you're going to want a DPS guy, and if you make sure you have all those people and you're working together as a team, I think you're going to find that your team is winning more games, which you want to do because you want experience out of this. They have this kind of like loot system in there as you level up. Yeah, each time a game ends, you get experience, you level up, and then you basically get these packages that you can open up every time you level up a new level, and they have cool stuff in there. It's like you can get little spray paint tags that you can spray around the levels. You can get new poses. You can get new outfits for the characters. Even some of them are more involved in outfits too. Like you can get an old-looking version of a character or a young-looking version of a character. Like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Wow.
It's a big difference.
Wow. So they're really going all out to kind of include every possible thing in this kind of game. Yeah. Now, I don't know too much about this game as far as the single player campaign, but I'm guessing it does have one. No. So it's purely this.
Yeah, it's this.
Okay.
And I believe it's going to retail for like $40. Is that? Am I?
Oh,
no.
Really?
It's 60. It's 60.
Okay.
It's 60.
Wow.
No, I was thinking of a different game. I'm sorry, my bad.
Okay, because Battleborn has a similar mode, not nearly as robust as what we see in Overwatch, but it has this PvP arena that you can go to and play, kind of like Destiny, but it does have a robust single-player campaign, so that might be their I guess thing that will draw people who like single-player kind of experiences a little bit more.
Yeah, it'd be cool if there was some kind of single-player, because you want to explore these characters. These characters are so fun, just to hang out with, that you just want to know more about them.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to be buying it. This month is going to be rough for me. 2 days until Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, the wallet's gone. It's gone. I probably shouldn't go out tonight because I won't be able to afford the games I want. Yeah, celebrating singles tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm definitely going to be picking this game up. Do you happen to know off the top of your head how long this beta is going to be going on? Because
I
today is
think it
my
was
first time
supposed to
actually
end
getting to it.
on Monday, but I think they said they were extending it a day, so I think it'll go to a Tuesday.
Sweet. Okay.
So I think we
Well,
got a couple more days of it.
I'll try to get back into that and play it a little bit more after I get back tonight. Unless I'm doing other things when I get home. But
What do
I
you
plan
mean?
on have.
I don't. What are other things?
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Gotcha again. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll try to get into it maybe a little bit tonight or tomorrow after I get home from work. It's a really fun game, man. Just getting into it and kind of my strategy when it comes to any game like this and even fighting games. I have a long, illustrious history in fighting games. Is I will learn one character and I will become really good with that character before I move on to another. And that's always been my strategy. And I've taken that with me into old age or middle age, however you want to call it, 36.
Yeah.
But that's why I went in there. I was like, well, I want to try out one character. And for me, I always pick the little lady. I like looking at women more than guys. I want to see some big dude's back. I want to see a woman's ass. Come on now. This is 2016. No, I'm just kidding. But I picked Tracer, and I want to get really good with her, and I want to get to the point where I can just zip around as soon as I get shot and have the advantage. But I played with about 4 or 5 different characters. Some have the ability to jump what seems like 100 meters into the sky.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell? This chick with this big armor suit on. She can jump super high in the sky, and she kind of has like boosters to come down. And her special ability, she shoots like 50 rockets out. I was like, this is insane.
What's her name? I forgot. I don't know all the names yet. Who's the sniper? Have you used the sniper yet?
That's the chick that Kate plays with. She's purple.
Yeah, that's she's awesome, man. Because she's got like a regular machine gun, but when you ADS, the same gun just becomes a sniper. And you can one-shot people. You can, like, some of the characters, you can one-shot. I felt that. Like, if you get a headshot.
Killed, yeah. One of the missions where you escort the tank, whoever the sniper was on the opposing team got on top of the little train, whatever it was. I didn't see him. I'm zipping around his Tracer, and then all of a sudden, dude!
Yeah, bloop.
And then, of course, you got to watch the kill cams here.
Yeah.
So
you can turn that off. You can turn off the kill cams, in the options.
There's so many options in this game.
Oh,
wow, you can the experience fully your own. Wow, that's incredible, man.
Yeah, and if you want to play, if you want to stream it or record audio, there's a ton of audio sliders that you can be moving around too, which is nice. A nice feature. I mean, it's got a ton of cool stuff in it. I'm really excited for it.
Well, just based on what I know right now from what I played between this game and Battleborn, I don't think Battleborn really has a chance, as far as the competition goes. It just feels more, it's faster, it feels more fluid, the characters seem more entertaining and robust.
I wanted to like Battleborn. I like Gearbox software. I like Gearbox games. I went into that beta thinking I was going to love this. I like the strike nature of the single player. It reminded me of like a mini raid in Destiny. Like, that's the kind of thing I love to do. But that frame rate was fucking hot trash, man. Like, it was
Tell me how you really feel.
God damn, that was bad. And I'm not going to play it on PC because I hate PCs.
Tell me about it. Me neither.
So I wanted to play it on PS4, and it was hot trash, man. It was terrible. Other than that, like, most of what I played in that game, I thought was enjoyable. But that frame rate was so bad.
I agree. It was really slow. It was very lethargic gameplay.
Yeah. All right, let's talk some Infinite Warfare.
Infinite
Warfare. So that we saw the reveal for Infinite Warfare this week.
Single player campaign.
Yeah, the single player campaign. Infinity Ward. This is an Infinity Ward developed Call of Duty. They released it, and I think it's sitting somewhere around the trailer on YouTube is sitting somewhere around 750,000
dislikes.
And is it like 250,000 likes?
230,000 likes.
So it's got like 3 times as many dislikes as it's got likes. Now, I think that's probably an inflated number. I think that a lot of people are just disliking it to like jump on the bandwagon and see how high they can get that number. But man, this is just first of all, this is just a single player. Like, come on, guys. We have no idea what the multiplayer is going to be for this game.
This happens every time they reveal the single player campaign trailer. This is probably the most people have disliked, but it's more of the same. The visual aesthetic is pretty much what we're used to now in the 8th generation. The character models look kind of similar to Advanced Warfare, and I think for a lot of gamers that's a turnoff because a lot of people didn't like Advanced Warfare, so they immediately see that image and their mind goes, "This is another Advanced Warfare, and I'm not going to like it." For me, when it comes to Call of Duty, I'm kind of in the middle because I want Call of Duty to be great again. You know,
Make
it's
Call
one
of Duty
situation.
great again.
Trump 2016, he's going to make Call of Duty fucking great again. But I want them to be great again. I want the game to be what it used to be. But I'm just thinking now with the direction and the climate of what these developers are making, that there really isn't any room for this type of game anymore. I think that it's the time for Call of Duty as we knew it has come and gone. I think it's got to truly evolve into something more of what we just talked about, something like Battleborn.
Something Robbie said, I think it was last week actually, like upon reflection, it kind of caught me, right? Is he said, people were asking for innovation. We finally got innovation, and everybody wants them to go back to what they were making 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much true. I mean, Call of Duty was like, that kind of arcadey multiplayer experience that, boots on the ground. There was some tactics to it. It was fun. But they've gotten so far away from that like all the old school fans like me, I'm a very much a Call of Duty gamer up until Advanced Warfare, and I just can't get into these new titles, man. I don't see me playing Call of Duty like ever again at this point, unless they like do something dramatic.
The dream is dead.
I don't.
I'm sure that there are at least 1,000 of your subscribers that just tear dropped when they heard you say that. Never again. What the hell's going on? I don't know what to expect. Infinity Ward, they're really good at making Call of Duties. And, of course, the real, I guess, the likes and dislikes will be reflected once we see more of the multiplayer experience. For me, the campaigns are something I very rarely play. Very seldom will I sit and play through a Call of Duty, single-player experience. I'm more into the multiplayer and getting in there and playing with people. So the single-player campaign that they showed, was futuristic. It did show some nice changes. If you ask me, I'm not going to trash it because, I still honestly like Call of Duty. Space shooting, ships in space. They've got ships shooting in outer space and Star Wars doesn't. What the hell is going on?
What's up with that? What's up with that?
That's a whole new topic. No Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront, no ships in space, but Call of Duty Infinite Warfare does. The game looks pretty. It has more of the same.
We didn't really see much gameplay though. Like
it was.
Did we ever see like a character actually bring up the sights to his face and get that first person view?
It was the same thing they did with Advanced Warfare, where they showed people pointing and you see drones flying by and all this stuff. It's more of the same. I want them to be successful, man. And I don't know. It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't if you Call of Duty at this point. If you keep it, but then again, like if you talk about keeping it the same or moving forward and changing it, look what they're doing with Battlefield. Battlefield 1, they're going back to the original Battlefield. They're remaking that, and it's going to be boots on the ground, and people seem to be really excited about that.
Yeah, the theory seems to be it's going to be like an alternate history of World War I or kind of the era between World War I and World War II, which could be very interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at it, it's something we haven't seen in a very long time, that era of gameplay. And just seeing that makes me want to really delve into it because it's been so many years since we've seen a game, take on that era of first-person shooter.
Yeah.
If they were to go back with a Call of Duty and maybe, I guess we can kind of see what's going on with the remaster, but if they were to go back and maybe re-release or redo an older Call of Duty or go back to that time frame, they might find more success than consistently moving further into the future. People like tangible things. People like guns that they can relate to.
Right.
Like
yeah,
they can understand.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
The further you go into the future, the more it's becoming hypotheticals and possibilities and what we may or may not be able to do in 50 years. It just takes away the realism that made Call of Duty so successful in the beginning. In the beginning, everybody played COD because this is a gun that I've seen before.
Yeah, I get to use an M16. I get to use,
what it is.
Yeah, MP5 or.
And ever since Black Ops 2, they've been going forward, farther and farther into the future with possible realities of what these weapons would be. And it takes away the realism because to me, that's what really made Call of Duty successful. People, when you held a gun, you're like, this is like the real thing. It sounds like it. This is real. I feel like I'm really blasting somebody in the fucking face.
But it was also fast paced, so it wasn't boring,
Yeah.
There were a lot of games that, they had real guns, like the early Battlefield games. They had the real guns, but they were slow paced and they were on these huge maps. And they felt like running simulators so much of the time.
Yeah.
When COD 4 came out, it was fast paced. The maps were small. They were fun.
It's insane.
Yeah. But the tactics were there. Like you could play tactically in that game. I don't know. One of the things too is, this game started development while
3
Ghosts
years ago.
was out,
Yeah.
right? So it, they were in development for the year Ghost was out. Advanced Warfare came out. They were in development then, and
Black Ops
they're
3.
finishing development now while Black Ops 3 is out. So I don't know that they really got that feedback that we're sick of the future stuff until it was already fucking too late, Like they'd already developed the game, so it's like maybe next year or the year after they start reacting to that consumer reaction where we're telling them we want a World War II game again, or we want a Vietnam era game, or a 1980s era game, or a modern warfare game again.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes time. They don't develop these games overnight, so this game
the
started
thing
development while Ghosts was live and while Advanced Warfare was live, and people reacted positively to Advanced Warfare for the most part. So they probably thought they were on the right track.
Well, they reacted positively. They reacted that way until people played Advanced Warfare, and then now people see this game. It looks like Advanced Warfare, so you immediately combine those two. You're like, oh god, there's going to be more of that crap. I don't want to play it. But they should probably take a cue from games like Far Cry Primal, which I do have and I've never played once. I suck for that. Yes. People like drastic changes, and especially if that change somehow works and translates well into a game. And in the eighth console generation, we haven't seen World War I or World War II. To see a good World War I or II game, you got to go back to PlayStation 2 or some games in PS3. So people would love to see that world translated into this current hardware in a more believable sense. People could actually really get into it and experience it in a whole new way.
World War II is perfect for shooters for two reasons. The weapons were really fun and interesting, and you had very defined good guys and bad guys. Right?
Oh yeah.
So it was a perfect video game setup, So I think that's a well that they can keep going back to. They were digging hard in that well in like the late 2000s, mid 2000s, late 2000s. They were all in it. Yeah. We had Call of Duties coming out. We had Medal of Honors coming out. There seemed like to be 5 World War II first-person shooters every year. But now those have kind of gone away. I feel like the time is right for another one.
Yeah. Well, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that this game will see some success. But in your humble opinion, what do you think they need to do to bring Call of Duty back to, I guess, the great place it used to be for gamers? Do they have to go back?
I feel like it just might be over. It just, it had a good run. People are just moving on to things that are fresher and newer. It just might be over. Everything has that run eventually, right? Nothing lasts forever. I think it might just kind of be like, it's hard to get excited about a new Call of Duty at this point. When there's newer stuff like Overwatch or Battleborn or even Uncharted 4's multiplayer.
Oh, it's so good.
Destiny. Like these newer games are just incorporating so many different concepts and so many different ways of playing that Modern Warfare 4, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare introduced that carrot on a stick model where you just chase after, experience and leveling up your guns and, building up your character, leveling up your, putting extended mags on, getting frags times 3, like all that leveling up. It was a carrot on a stick and it was fucking brilliant. But now every game does that, and a lot of games do it way better and to a much greater extent. So, how do you keep going with that? I don't know.
They've got to restructure the entire, franchise. They tried to do something similar with Black Ops 3, where you could play with up to 3 other players and go through the single player campaign, which is, to me, it was a nice move. Whether the campaign was great or not remains to be seen. I really personally didn't like it that much, but to be able to play through that, Kate and I and Robbie played through it. We played some with Not Too Nerdy, and it was fun. I'm talking to my friends and we're going through the campaign and we're watching cutscenes together. They need to continue to push the envelope, and they need to try to get ahead of the curve because everybody else is right there on the cusp of change. We got games like, even Destiny still. They have pushed the envelope so far, and they're doing things that nobody else has done. Now we got all these games, Overwatch, Battleborn, learning from what Destiny done. Now they're trying to expand on that. For Call of Duty, they got to get ahead of everybody else and come up with some new, fresh ideas to make Call of Duty fresh and fun again. Because, you can get into a Call of Duty map and play 1 match or 2 matches and you'll have fun. But after a while, you start to realize there are other games that demand more of your brain power to play.
Or
There
they
are other
just offer
games.
something new and fresh, instead of
Yeah,
customizing your character to have extended mags or run a little bit faster, you can play a completely different fucking dude who has a huge ass shield and a
yeah,
goddamn hammer that just keeps smacking people on the head with,
yeah. There's a
or
guy who kept grabbing me with a damn chain,
yeah,
and when
and
he
yeah,
grabbed me with that
sucking
chain,
you
I was like,
in.
"What's going on, man?" I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much stuff going on in these new games,
So
and Call of Duty, they've got to learn from that. They have to.
yeah, but at the same time, like, what can you do without losing that essential Call of
Call of Duty.
Duty ness about it, right? That core Call of Duty feel. If that goes away, then are you even really Call of Duty? You might have the name on the top of the box, but are you even
That's a
really Call of
scary
Duty?
thought. That's really a scary thought because
Is
the
it
only
like?
alternative.
Can't we just move on? Can't we can move on? We don't have to. We
Well,
can
you
remember
gotta
the good
ask
old
yourself.
days.
You got to ask yourself: will Activision just move on from Call of Duty? Hell no, they're not going to.
Oh no, they'll keep
They're
making the
invest-
games, but
They will.
I just see them declining in popularity as we go along, unless they can really figure out a way. I think in Modern Warfare, they are going to come out with the remastered version of COD 4, right? That's going to be included if you buy the $80 version of Infinite Warfare.
Which I'm buying because that's the only way to get it. I mean, for me, I'm spending $80 on a game that I know is good, and the possibility of the new game being all right.
Man, I played a shit ton of Call of Duty 4 though.
I want to see it, Brian.
And I already
wanna see
own
it,
the game.
man.
I already own the game. Spending $80 to me is a little rough. It's a little rough.
I understand.
Like if they were selling that separately for $20, I'd be all okay. Great, $20 is the perfect price for this remastered version of the game that I played 1,000 hours of. Right, but $80. That's a lot. That's a lot.
The thing is, right, you got to look at what you're getting, too. I mean, all these hacked lobbies are going to disappear. The game is going to gradually be... it better be.
They better.
There not be anybody flying around in that damn map on my PS4. I'm pissed off. But you're paying, for this old experience that you know is good. You don't have to ask. You already know it's a good experience. You know that the gameplay is there. You know that old school boots on the ground Twitch gameplay that existed years ago is going to be more pristine, look better, probably have a smoother frame rate. It's going to look so awesome on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I'm going to pay because that's what I do. I get all these new games. A lot of them I don't play.
I'll probably buy it. But it just seems
you couldn't tell me you're not going to buy it because I know you.
It doesn't sit well with me though that the part of this game that I want, the part of this package that I want, that I'm really looking forward to, is the remastered COD 4, which is $20 addition to, just regular Infinite Warfare, which I'm not interested in at all. Like, I'm just not. Like, maybe they come out with the multiplayer trailer later this year, right? They'll come out with a multiplayer trailer for Infinite Warfare.
They're going to show the E3, yeah.
And maybe it'll be fantastic. Maybe it'll be the new hotness, and I'm like, I pissed my pants right there on the spot because I can't wait any longer.
What are the chances of that?
What are the chances, though? Like,
not really good.
Not that hot, right? Like, I don't want to fight Call of Duty in space. I don't want to have spaceship battle. Maybe I do. Maybe it's gonna be like the best thing ever. I don't know. For some reason, I've just got a real negative impression about Infinite Warfare right now, and that can change. I don't really have like a basis for it. I just don't like the last few Call of Duties haven't been for me, so I'm just not expecting it to be for me.
I will say that Black Ops 3 is a really good Call of Duty, and a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't. But if you jump into it and that's what you're playing, it's a great game. There's a lot in that game that you're basically paying for three complete games for the price of one when you get Black Ops 3.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
it's really worth it, and depending on whether or not Infinity Ward can do something similar, it might be worth it.
They are coming out with a zombies mode, they said.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a zombies mode, they're gonna have multiplayer, and they're gonna have a single player. And those Call of Duty games are a really good value. Like even if you only play like one of those modes, you're gonna get your money's worth normally. Yeah. So I don't know where this negativity is coming from. I'll be honest with you. I don't really understand why I'm so negative. Well, I think it's just that I didn't like Advanced Warfare. I didn't like Black Ops 3. So I just don't expect to like the next one. I think that might be it, and it's probably not fair.
A wise man once told me that it's just popular to be down on Call of Duty. I think that was you like 2 years ago. And so now the table is completely turned. You've gone 360 all the way around the Briar,
right?
And now you're in a different place. I guess you've been burned by Call of Duty, and they've stepped, I guess, too far away and not really revolutionized enough. They haven't really pushed for change.
You know what it is? I think for me is that they turned that into a game that a lot of people do like, but it's not why I got on board Call of Duty. And I don't have any ill will toward the developers of Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3. I think they made a really, really fun games, but they're targeted at an audience that I'm not a part of. And that's fine. Gotcha. I don't have to be the target audience for everything. I do like having the gaming market be segmented so you can find exactly what you want to get, you know? If you want to look for a 4X strategy game, you could find one. If you want it to be based in space, you can find one. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you want a first-person shooter that has
shooting flowers or flowers killing zombies.
Yeah, right. Like there's enough Who of us.
Thought, man? Who right. Thought?
Yeah. So yeah,
it's something for everybody. It's just unfortunate that something that really you used to identify with the way you did has changed so much. And for me, that's how I feel. Because that Call of Duty, it used to be synonymous with Briar Rabbit. And now it's like Briar Rabbit kicks the shit out of Call of Duty. Get the fuck out of here. Destiny, where you at, baby? You know? That's what's happened to you.
Yeah, now, that's weird.
Now, you guys let us know in the comments how you feel about the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and whether or not you're going to be picking it up. Also, I want to know in the comments below, are you guys interested in getting Uncharted 4 Thief's End? It'll be dropping in 48 hours. I'm very, very excited about that. And if you don't have a PlayStation 4 and you've seen some of the reviews, is this game the game that may turn the tide and get you to buy a PS4? Now, I just did a story. The story that I just covered is that Uncharted 4 is the highest rated Metacritic game this console generation, which is averaging across the board after 700 reviews. They're averaging a 94 out of 100, which is incredible after 700 reviews. And everybody who I've seen, I've watched a few spoiler-free reviews, has really gotten me hyped for this game. I just can't wait to play it. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do first because I love the campaign. But after hearing some of the stuff that goes on in I love the multiplayer. But after hearing what's going on in the campaign, I can't wait to get this game and play it. And oh my God, it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh God, that's the game's going to stop everything else for me right now.
Yeah, they do a nice job with those games. Right from the get-go, I've loved all three of them so far. I'm looking forward. You know, I don't play many single-player games, but I'm really looking forward to this one.
I mean, when you see the game, I'm sure you've seen some of the gameplay. This is graphically one of the best-looking games I've ever seen. And the thing that blows my mind is, how is Naughty Dog able to get all this out of the consoles when so many people struggle to do it? It's like so many other.
I don't know. That's the same thing I'm wondering about Overwatch. Like, why can Overwatch do what so many people are struggling to do?
1080p, 60 frames. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's insane.
It's magic.
Totally
they got pixie dust.
There's somebody in there with a cauldron just stirring a pot.
Maybe it just comes down to like money and development time. Like if you could spend the money to, optimize your game, maybe that's all it takes. Or maybe now that we're further on in the generation, people are kind of like learning how to get this done.
Understanding the hardware more, yeah.
Well, but I mean, they're basically PCs, so.
Well, the thing that makes me excited is we're 2 years into the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and games look like this, and I'm sure this is not the full potential of what these consoles can do. I want to see that game. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 years from now that actually we know is pushing this hardware to the limit.
Well, the Last of Us kind of thing.
The Last of Us on PS3, perfect example.
Yeah.
I want to see what these consoles are truly capable of, but it's really exciting to see something that looks as good as the Uncharted 4 Thief's End coming 2 years into the life cycle, and it looks that damn good.
Speaking of Last of Us, my friend Skinny just got Last of Us Beastly. You got to hook up with him. He's just getting into multiplayer. He's just getting into it, and he's like loving it. I told him he wins in the end. I told him he's got to hook up with you. You guys could be bitch bomb buddies.
Really? You told him? Yeah. God damn it. Yeah, I believe it or not, I probably played more of that this week than anything else. I said, I played. Of course, I kind of got away from it. You know, you step away from a game for a month or two, and then you come back, get your ass kicked, and you think, well, my time here is done. I felt like that for like 2 days, and I went back in and started destroying people. Now I'm back. I feel full of myself again, ready to kick ass.
You know what's funny? Is I played on Friday. I played Trials of Osiris with viewers. Wilson, I think, he was in the chat, and a couple other guys, and we were having a blast playing Trials of Osiris in Destiny, right? But Trials of Osiris is as sweaty as it gets, right? It's like everybody's trying as hard as they can to win 9 straight games so they can go to the lighthouse and get that loot. And then I went into Overwatch. I played a little bit of Overwatch later that day, and I played a little bit of Overwatch yesterday and this morning. And I'm like, this is just a completely different experience. I'm just having like fun with like no stress at all. Like, oh man, fun. It is.
I'm guessing on the 28th, Overwatch is going to be in your collection.
Oh, I already ordered the legendary
yeah,
edition.
You got the art book coming.
Yeah, I got the art book coming. It comes with this big ass statue. I'm like, get the statue out of here. I don't want a fucking statue.
Awesome.
But the art book, I couldn't resist the art book. Wilson Team Fun, he's in chat right now.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. God, I didn't even know Battleborn was out. Now I feel like I'm really getting old. But this has been a tough week on me. So at least allow me that week.
I think. Next week, though, you better get your shit together.
Yeah, man. Damn, this is insane.
All right, I think that's it for today. We both have to get ready and go to take our lovely women out for dinner. Make sure we stay married in the future.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow.
Beasley, got anything we should be looking forward to this week?
Aside
from Uncharted 4?
I rendered. Oh, Uncharted 4 is going to be on this week. Yeah. Oh my God. I had a dream that I already had it, and I woke up and I was real pissed off this morning.
Oh, that's the worst.
That sucks. I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. I woke up, I was like, what the fuck is this? But I rendered 15 videos this morning, and they're going to be coming up this week. I got some really good Last of Us gameplay on there, and I also got some incredible news. So you guys be looking forward to that on the channel. And I appreciate everybody who swings by and checks out my videos. It means a lot to me. Thank you, everybody.
This week I've got... All right, so I keep promising another episode of Sharder to Keep It. I'm going to make it happen, come hell or high water, this week. This week it's going to happen. It'll probably be out Tuesday or Wednesday. I also have... first impressions of Overwatch basically completed, but I mean, if you watch this, then you really don't need to watch that because it's basically the same thing.
It's more Briar Rabbit. That's all you need. Go watch it.
And of course, more Destiny to come. I'll be streaming. I've pretty much settled the stream schedule out on Twitch. Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then pretty much when I can on the weekends. I'm really enjoying Twitch streaming, Beastly.
Wow. Like it's you saw my eyes. Holy shit.
I'll tell you, it's been really fun. Like playing with viewers, and the difference between Twitch and YouTube, right, is like you can interact with your YouTube community with the guys in your chat, right, in your comments, but it's not like a one-to-one conversation. On Twitch, it really does. You're having an actual conversation, right? Mm-hmm. That continues. It's not just like I'll comment and then reply to a comment. Mm-hmm. It's like a continuing conversation, and I've really come to enjoy that quite a bit. So I've been doing that a lot, and you can look forward to more. I don't know what that was a tangent. All right, guys, we're going to end the show. Thank you guys very much for watching.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. We'll see you next time.
I will be married tomorrow.